This is not the Bowral Classic story I thought I was going to be telling. This is the story of an unexpected turn of events that resulted in camaraderie, fun, and some cracking climbing efforts. Keep watching to see how this adventure unfolds, and maybe some familiar faces along the way. In 30 seconds, the Bowral Classic is the surrogate Grand Fondo event of Sydney in Australia. There are 3 distances, but the hitters show up for the 150 maxi course. Technically, it's not a race, but it is timed. It has over 2,000 metres elevation and has 3 key climbs, 2 of which are timed for King and Queen and the Mountain Honours. I came into this event with a fairly comprehensive training plan and a goal of achieving a top 100 finish. If you haven't seen that video, you can check it out here. Okay, on with the show. Bowral is about 2 hours south of Sydney, which is a little bit further than you'd like it to be to travel there on the day of the race. Fortunately, I have a friend who lives in a suburb called Wilton, which is about 30 minutes from Bowral, which means I can stay there as a layup for the race in the morning. Okay, 5:07, we're out, we're in the car, we're loaded up, we're ready to go. Directions are telling me it's about 28 kilometres to get to Bowral, so let's hit the road. Probably not able to see me very well right now, but I'm about 15 k's out from Bowral and I've just received a text message. It says, urgent, Bowral Classic cancelled. What? You have to be kidding, right? It is 5:22. The race is due to start in 1 hour and the race is cancelled. The message goes on to say that police have advised, due to traffic management not arriving on site today, we're unable to proceed with the event today. What? Like, can you even do that? I guess you can. The message also says, we understand many riders will wish to ride the course, but this will be at your own risk. So what are we gonna do? Everything's done. Everything's prepared. I'm locked and loaded, ready to race. There's no race. This might be the end for Yaffa Media. I don't know whether or not you're gonna be able to come back from this financially. I guess we go to Bowral and we check it out. Maybe we do the course. Oh, devastated. So we're here, we're found a park. I'm about a block away from what would be the start of the race. There are a few cyclists around unloading their bikes. There's a few cyclists riding into town. Maybe the message has not gotten through to people. I don't know at this point, but it's a bit eerie. It looks like they're kind of tearing down the start line and looking to clear out Bong Bong Street. It's a little bit embarrassing. It feels embarrassing to me for Australian cycling. Like, there's 2,000, probably more, cyclists descending on this town for a ride today. To cancel it 1 hour out, and I mean, I'm not blaming the event organisers. You can't do what you can't do if the police don't come through and don't provide the support, but surely this could have been known sooner. Think about, I mean, there are race fees. Race fees are going to have to be refunded, obviously, but there's a lot of things that just can't be refunded. What about all the people who are staying in Bowral tonight? They've travelled here, maybe they've flown here, they're in accommodation overnight, they've spent money on food and drink, eating out. What about those costs? It's mind-boggling. Alright, here we are. Let's go suss out what's happening down at the start line. It's going to be grim. Let's go for a ride. Okay, Bong Bong Street is pretty chaos. There are riders everywhere. I don't think anyone's prepared to throw in the towel on this one. As I came through the first roundabout, I spotted a big bunch. Looks like I've been able to latch onto the back of Pastries. We'll see how far they're going to go today. Maybe we get the whole course done, who knows? But let's make the best out of a bad situation. Give it a bit of beans. Why not? It is a race, right? Never thought I'd see that in a million years. My head unit, the out front mount, just snapped clean off. Look at this. Have you ever seen, it feels so weird, bike ride and with no computer out the front, vintage. I guess that's why Garmin ships with a tether cable. PSA people, if your head unit has a tether cable and you're not using it, start using it. Otherwise that would have been a Garmin 1050 shattered all over the concrete. As we made our way back into town, it was clear we were en route for the 150k course. I had settled into the group ride dynamic and accepted the rules of engagement. It was clear from the sheer volume of riders who were out that the spirit of cycling was alive. I needed to rebase my goals and aspirations for the day. As a lone wolf not too accustomed to bunch rides, I was going to need an outlet. With a reduced field, I set my target for top 30 of the day for each of the 3 King of the Mountain climbs. Beyond that, it was nothing more than riding my bike and having fun. What else was I going to be doing on a Sunday anyway? Now that was kind of chaos going down through there. This is what I was kind of predicting. Without the event going ahead, without a police presence, people are still riding, which means it's just kind of unorganized chaos. Hopefully everyone's okay. Stay safe out there, people. The Oxley Hill climb is like an espresso shot poured directly into your lungs. It's only short at 1.3 kilometers, but over the 10% average gradient, it lets you know you're alive. It's close to the Bowral city centre, so I knew it would have the hottest competition of all of the climbs. Here's my 30-second snapshot. A big shout out to Paytian from the Pastries crew. What an absolute hitter. Thanks for jousting on the climbs all day. I didn't realise at the time, but this would be the last time I'd best you for the rest of the day. Okay, Oxley calm done. Let's see if we can get this head unit finished. I need some metrics. Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to get. Hopefully this holds. Pretty wild with the convergence of all of the people. I guess when you don't have it being started in waves, you've just got people starting all over the place. Huge bunch. Look out, Bowral. Okay, so the first rest stop was closed. Coming up on the 100k rest stop now. I think everybody's ready to fill some bottles and have a bathroom break. Pretty good pace, but fairly leisurely. Enjoyable to spend some time chatting to some other riders. Okay, so we've rolled into the rest stop. There's nothing here. I mean, they've been kind enough to leave water tanks for people to fill up. There's obviously toilets because they're built in. There's a fair few people stopping here though. I mean, it is the 100-kilometer point on the route, so you know, people are naturally going to stop here. Still rolling with the Pastries crew. I guess you might say this is my first Pastries.cc ride. Good bunch. Morale is pretty high. A few people starting to feel the pain of the pace. It'll be interesting though. We got climbs to go. So we've got the first King of the Mountain, and then we've got Gibraltar. So let's see how everyone holds up. Just starting to hit all of the hill sections now. Finally managed to get a few Ks in with Josh.
Hello.
Looking very fancy sporting the skin suit.
You guys need to get one. Skin suit's game changer.
I think I'm sold. He's been selling me on the pros. Need to get some kind of a moderate skin suit.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
That'd be awesome.
YouTubers be YouTubing. At some point, I think we lost the camera angle there. I do love that descent, and I must admit, it's sketchy as, but every year I do it, it gets more fun. Damn it, Josh, I was filming. Glenquarry is the gentler version of the Oxley climb. It's still short at 1.9 kilometres, but it peaks out at an average of 5%. It meanders along and feels longer than it actually is, probably because it arrives at 130 kilometres in. I hit this one with a lot of speed, trying to hold 380 watts. It proved the perfect lead out for Paytian, who took over when I dropped back to 350. He ended up finishing second overall for the day. Awesome effort.
Let's go now. I think they're doing some marketing. 30 seconds. This is meant to be a drop ride. Yeah.
Always a race, not a race?
Hashtag always a race.
Hashtag. Everybody's favorite surprise wall at the Bowral Classic. Happens every year. It's not the kings of the mountain or the queens of the mountain that kills everybody. It's that little pinch after the king of the mountain. So I think this may be why I struggle a bit with group rides. Although it's wonderful to have a chat to people, meet new people, or like just hang out on the ride, I do struggle with the stopping and the waiting. It's unfortunate, right, when you multiply your chances of a flat or drop chain or something by an entire bunch, the odds are pretty high. Nice little speed section through there, that was fun. Now we're at the base of Gibraltar. One last climb to get it done. Gibraltar is the final boss of the Bowral Classic. It is the longest climb at 4.3 kilometres. It was pretty clear from the beginning of this one that I was not going to be keeping up with Pétienne. Its 5% average gradient is fairly consistent, but there are some steep pitches before the false flat finish. At this late stage in the day, it was a bit of a slog. I was pretty happy to maintain 300 watts for this one.
I'm over it.
You're over it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a semi-sketchy descent now, and then we're done.
Oh, okay, sketchy. Yeah.
It's a bit like, well, it's like all of the roads around here.
Yeah. At least it's more than one.
It's all down here.
What are you doing? I got my wheel, mate. Light. Light. Where's the light? Oh, it's light. Where's the poster?
Yeah, boy. Well done, Joshy. Hey, thank you, mate. Congratulations. You lost that really expensive light back there.
I know. I need to go grab it.
All right, team. That's it. Kind of feels like the end. No Lee Turner here. No banner to ride under. Bit of an ad hoc sprint at the end. We did it. Good times. See you in the wrap up. I didn't get to race for top 100 this year, but I did succeed in my challenge of getting in the top 30 for the 3 climbs across the course. Missed you at the finish line, mate.
Oh, I'm sorry I wasn't there, mate.
When the event was cancelled, I was really disappointed. But despite the situation, I had a great day. I won't go too deep into what and why happened with the cancellation. Let's just say mistakes were made. The event organiser, Yafamida, were victims here as much as the riders were. They and cycling in Australia deserve our continued support. If you want a comprehensive analysis, I suggest checking out Josh Kwan's video if you have not already. If you've never ridden with Pastries.cc in Sydney, I would definitely recommend it. They're inclusive, friendly and welcoming, but they're not soft. Expect a challenge in the best possible way. I will be coming back to support the Bowral Classic next year, and I urge you to do the same. Until next time, folks, see ya! Okay, that's a wrap.
Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route.